By the way, from Matt Hayes at SDS saying that the preference among SEC presidents is to not expand beyond 16 teams. Now, that's the headline that's getting shared everywhere. The SEC staying at 16. The SEC's going to stay. They're not going anywhere. Third paragraph. Potential future moves on the expansion front could change that need, but conference presidents believe the SEC's positioned well for the future growth of college football. Okay, so that doesn't say that they're staying at 16 forever. That says right now they don't feel the need to expand. Objectively true until the Big Ten adds Notre Dame. So that is going to run like wildfire today, and it means nothing.
Yeah. And look, I mean, no disrespect intended to Dr. Boyce or Dr. Keenum or any of the other 12 presidents, soon to be 16, other 14 presidents in the SEC. No disrespect intended. And Dr. Keenum is actually probably an exception here because of his role with the College Football Playoff Board of Governors. So I'll actually even take him out of this. The presidents, they don't have a great feel for what's going on. The presidents are getting their talking points, and they are gaining their confidence to feel good about the situation they are currently in based on what is being communicated to them by the league office. And the league office is communicating to the presidents of all 14 current SEC schools and the 2 future SEC schools, we believe we're in a good place. We're in a good spot. We've got 16 schools / brands that we believe in. We are competitive in every single sport in which we compete as a conference. We have a new television deal that still is 2 years away from kicking in that is going to pour more money into each of your individual coffers than you could possibly spend on legitimate expenses anyway. I mean, you can build stuff and overpay coaches and whatever else, but in terms of what you need, you're going to have that and then some. And so there's no reason to worry. But the second part of the memo that the university presidents are getting from the leadership at the league office is that we are keenly aware of what is going on. We are monitoring every single development. We are having conversations. We do not have our heads buried in the sand. But if you had an issue, or if you do have an issue, which I don't think you do, Borky, I'm just saying for argument's sake, if you had an issue with the idea that the SEC is good with staying put right now, what would you want them to do that they're not doing?
That's a good question. I mean,
like if somebody, and again, I don't think it's how you feel. If somebody reads that and goes, oh, I can't believe they're just sitting still right now. You got all this stuff going on around them, and they're just sitting here not doing anything. What exactly would you want the SEC to be doing right now that it's not doing?
Exactly. We had somebody asked us last week, what's the SEC's next move? And my answer was nothing for now. Key phrase being for now, but nothing. The Big Ten just got to their same league size at 16. And right now, the Big Ten has not added anybody that the SEC wanted. I mean, maybe they would have liked to have had Southern Cal, but I don't think that was on the radar unless you believe otherwise. It's probably not something that made them feel uncomfortable in any way. It's still the better football league, which is what matters most, even with the addition of USC.
Is it?
I think so. The SEC better than the Big Ten, even with USC added, who hasn't been good since Pete Carroll was there? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Now they're about to really, recruit well and explode under Lincoln Riley. But
this just popped into my head. All right. Big Ten adding USC and UCLA, SEC a year ago announcing that they're adding Texas and Oklahoma. By virtue of the two newest members, which league got better? Let me be grammatically incorrect just for a second. Which league got more better? Both leagues got better. Which league got mo better? The SEC by adding Texas and Oklahoma, or the Big Ten by adding USC and UCLA?
The SEC, easily.
The SEC, easily, yeah. I agree. You got an elite program.
I agree, but it's because of
and,
Oklahoma.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but Texas has the highest ceiling of just about anybody out there. Their ceiling, if they were doing things right, if they could make things click, would be right there with Alabama and Ohio State. If they ever figure it out, they'll start winning championships.
They just haven't in 100 years.
And
not 100 isn't correct, because they used to be a great football program. They won plenty of national championships. But since Vince Young left, no, they haven't been good.
And the difference is they're trying. UCLA, and maybe they can't or whatever, Texas is throwing money at the wall and hoping it sticks to 5 stars at this point, and it's working.
Yeah, but I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. Texas has been recruiting at that level since the beginning of Mack Brown's tenure.
Right. But you've added somebody who is trying to compete nationally and are building rosters with players who you can compete nationally with. UCLA is not doing either one of those things, on top of not having a recent history of success either.
Hey, Dad, Texas only has 4 national titles.
They only have 4. Only 4.
They'll have 8 when they join
Only
the
4.
SEC.
I mean, yeah.
They'll just randomly add more.
A&M did it. Why can't Texas do it? I mean, yeah, but are we going to argue that Texas year in, year out in the 60s, 70s was an elite football program?
Oh, no, but hold on.
Well in the 80s.
We constantly picked on Georgia for going 41 years between titles. Texas went 30.
Texas has one.
They went 35 years between, and it's now been 17 years since.
Well, people made fun of Texas in the 35 years, and people are making fun of Texas now.
Okay.
They're not immune to it.
You're talking about 2 separate leagues that both added one of the 3 or 4 biggest brands in all of sports, with the Big Ten adding SC and the SEC adding Texas. Both programs that are down from where they should be. And so it's like, okay, if you take those 2 big brands and you go to the second one, who got better? Oklahoma to the SEC or UCLA to the Big Ten? I think it's the SEC.